Hey everybody, welcome to an Electric Avenue update. It's September 20th, 2020. It's a lot of 20s in there. I'm representing today. Wow. Uh, Most of you know me, I'm really not a t-shirt guy, so, but I love t-shirts. I just don't wear them out much. Love a good concert t-shirt. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of like say, hey, give you guys a little bit of an update, tell you what's going on as far as Record Store Day drop number 2. That's happening this coming weekend, September 26th. That's Saturday. And so we're going to do basically the same way that we did last time. For those of you who don't know, you probably want to familiarize yourself by going to the store's Facebook page. And this is a virtual curbside line that we do. We're trying to keep everyone socially distanced. I know that they just recently, I think today, allow in this county now 50% of restaurants can be indoor dining. I don't know how safe I feel with that, but I don't really want to necessarily put everyone at risk by having them all march through the front door again. I think the second drop will be a little smaller than the first. It seemed like, while the first was a great success, it accomplished the goal of helping the store out financially to the point that, um, you know, it basically met the goal. And so while it felt sort of clinical and odd because we didn't actually get to see you guys and greet you, it sort of went off very like pretty smoothly. I was kind of happy with that. So it was just odd finishing and being like, oh, is everybody gone? I guess we did our job. So, and then the rest of the day was fine. People did come in and browse. So that will be an option again. And we'll open the store to browsing depending on when the actual virtual line uh, concludes. So it could be as early as 10 or 10:30 in the morning. I'm not really sure. I do think that this is a smaller one. There are maybe 50 fewer titles. When I was doing the orders back in, this order had to be submitted by August 1st. We were looking at things happening down in Florida and places like that, thinking, well, are we even going to be open? We don't even know what we're doing. So I think there was a little bit of hedging my bet and sort of like not wanting to go crazy with this one. So we do still have product, but we'll do the best we can. So, and there are some things that are still being shipped here as I'm speaking. So, anyway, if you don't know the process, go to the store's Facebook page, familiarize yourself. This Friday, September 25th at noon, set your email ready to go. You're going to email us at this address. If you didn't remember from last time, eamrsd@gmail.com. That's Electric Avenue Music Record Store Day at gmail.com. You're going to send us your name, your phone number, your make, model, color of your car, and your wish list. And we'll answer those in the order that they come in. I do think it will go a little faster this time than last time, not only because now we understand the process a little bit better, we also, the list is a little smaller. So I don't think it will take quite as long. It still might be a couple of hours for the first folks. So just be prepared to wait, but you'll get your time. So yeah, we had kind of thought about maybe even changing it to just doing a physical line, and I thought, well, that kind of defeats the purpose if we're really trying to socially distance these. I do think that maybe they should have broken this down into 2 events instead of 3 because it's starting to seem redundant, especially since they're now basically confirming that there's going to be a Black Friday. So that's actually 4 in a row, one each month. Um, Which in a way is good because I think there's a lot of things on there that appeal to different people. So some people who came the first time might not come this time, and they might come again because there's one thing that they really, really want. So once again, you can add things to your list that are in regular store stock or new releases that you are thinking that we might have. So what I'm going to do now is go through some of the new releases, and then I'll show some of the Record Store Day stuff. Not everything, because I think that's kind of a waste of time, yours and mine. And yeah, it's interesting. Um, anyway, I'll show you the things that I think are the most sought after, or the things that we're getting the most of. So, but first, let me do a few new releases here. I don't know, I may have shown this once before. I don't remember if I had it at the time. But Peter Gabriel Plays Live, this is a half-speed master edition. The reason that I'm showing this first is because the Live in Athens from 1987, which is the So Tour, I mean, this has been fairly available for a long time, but not as a half-speed master. But the So Tour from 1987, which includes all the hits from Sledgehammer and In Your Eyes, the songs that most of the world knows, will be coming out in early October, also as a vinyl edition. Later in October, early November, they'll be releasing the tour for the Us album, which was Secret World, on half-speed mastered vinyl, and then towards the end of November, the Up tour, which was the last big tour I think he did, actually, that before he started doing the covers albums and orchestral things and such. So that's why I'm showing that live albums worth. And then of course I have to show Bon Jovi's Crossroad. You think that this is so readily available? It's actually the first time that this has been out, and it's kind of cool because it's a place where you can get like Wanted Dead or Alive and Blaze of Glory in one spot. That's kind of hard to get those in one spot. All right, the big new release has to be Run the Jewels. I mean, it's pretty magenta. You can't miss it. This is the indie clear and magenta vinyl edition, so it's clear with a magenta splotch in the middle. I only have a few of these left, so hopefully you've been watching that and seeing that that came. Also, the new Charlie XCX, which is actually a really interesting record. It's amazing what people can do during a lockdown when they're not able to kind of get together and they're talking through the internet and such. It's a crazy sort of blippy electronic, almost industrial at times, modern pop record. Sort of a brave record in some ways. Not for everybody. Speaking of not for everybody, the new Marilyn Manson, We Are Chaos. He's kind of taken a little bit of a stylistic diversion with this one. It was produced by Shooter Jennings and Marilyn, so a little bit more organic sounding, I would say. One of the best albums of the 90s, PJ Harvey's To Bring You My Love. Finally on vinyl. Down by the Water, if anybody remembers, little fish, big fish swimming in the water. A little creepy, but really good. And then to go along with it, they also released a demo version of that album. So all the songs in demo form. Kind of cool. If you're a PJ fan, you have to have that record. David Bowie. This is not really necessarily new material or new mastering, but what it is it's the 45th anniversary of Young Americans on gold vinyl. I don't know how many of these they made, but they did similar things with Aladdin Sane on silver vinyl. They did Ziggy Stardust on gold vinyl at one point. So I can't remember. I think they did Diamond Dogs too. The new Disclosure album. So if you like sort of progressive dubsteppy house kind of stuff, with a bunch of guest vocalists. The new Delta Spirit. This is the indie store version. Says color exclusive. Seems to be the thing now. Color vinyl editions. I mean, it doesn't sound any different when you're playing it, right? Or does it? Good. That's an existential question. And then the new Bright Light, Fun City. Rod Thomas seems like a nice guy. I talked to him a little bit on Facebook. Anyway, his new record. He's British, or actually he's Welsh, but living in New York now. It's a sort of a dance record, obviously. A little bit of a throwback to like 80s Madonna and stuff. He even has a ton of guest singers on here. One track features Nikki Harris and Donna DeLore, who were Madonna's backup singers in the 80s. If you remember that era of them, you would know who I'm talking about. Also, Jake Shears from Scissor Sisters, Andy Bell from Erasure, Sam Sparrow. So it's a good dance pop record. Okay, and let me see here. I guess I would be remiss if I did not show the big Rolling Stones. Actually, this is the CD version I grabbed. They're the vinyl versions back there. But Goat's Head Soup, 50th anniversary, comes with the box set, comes with the concert, the Brussels Affair. People are saying it sounds really, really good, and the bonus tracks are really cool, and Jimmy Page is on guitar on one of them, so that's been really popular. The last sort of new thing I'm going to show is the Black Crowes Crowology, which I think has been out before, but this is the 10th anniversary gold vinyl edition. These are very limited. One other thing I forgot to show is the Nirvana Bleach, which is also an anniversary edition on black and red swirl color vinyl. There's one or the other. So these are kind of like anniversary things. I know the Nirvana, they only made like 2,500, so not too many. I don't think there's too many of these Black Crowes either, so we probably won't see it again. Okay, on to some record store day stuff. What better to start with than Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again, the remixes. I know many people will be looking for this who are fans of Britney because the album is out on picture disc right now, but has 4 B-sides and some remixes. So if you're a Britney fan, you are probably a completist. Tegan and Sarah live. I mean, they're great. This is a purple splatter vinyl edition. And Record Store Day, Ambassador, Brandi Carlile. It's just a 2-song EP, but she does do Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden, which is an interesting choice, I think. Let's see. Keeping on the pop tip, I guess, Ellie Goulding. It's a double album version of Lights, which was her debut. My gosh, is it really 10 years old already? Must be. Oh, and speaking of Black Crowes, Jealous Again, 12-inch. This has 3 tracks on it. So again, if you're a Black Crowes fan, that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else do I have here? X-Files soundtrack. I mean, can you get more iconic than da 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 da? Yeah, it's just embedded in your brain. It's kind of cool too. It's the first time on vinyl, and it's glow in the dark. Speaking of 90s, Hootie and the Blowfish live, 1995. So they were sort of at their peak then. They would probably beg to differ since they released a new record last fall. Early Nick Cave stuff. The Boys Next Door. It's Nick Cave and Mick Harvey and Roland Howard, so it's people that sort of went on to be in Birthday Party and then Bad Seeds, but sort of like a more moody. can you get moodier with Nick Cave? More mellow sort of kind of stuff, really, but more, especially compared to Birthday Party. Squirrel Nut Zippers. God, this was a great album when it came out. I can't remember, but it had to be late 90s. The Inevitable. I think this was, the follow up to the one with Hell? Anyway, if you like Jimbo Mathis and Catherine Whalen, is great stuff. I know for 90s people, Death Piggy, Welcome to the Record. It's basically a Gwar release, right? Pre-Gwar Mayhem. Primus, Suck on This, as a live record from '89. So let's see what else we got. Doors Soft Parade stripped. So similar packaging to what they did with the Pretenders for the last Record Store Day. I'm not sure I'm a real fan of this kind of plasticky coating. Probably have to take it out and put it in some other kind of sleeve because you don't really want it to sit in that for too long, right? Let's see. If you like your soul music, they discovered this Lee Fields record, which Daptone is putting out. I'm also really looking forward to, there's a Sharon Jones covers album coming out that should be really good. She's someone who left far too soon. Anyway, Lee is probably one of the premier people at Daptone, or at Daptone right now. So that's a pretty cool release. And then Solomon Burke, an archival release, Back to My Roots. Another great soul singer that we lost a little too soon, I think. Okay, not too much left here to show that I think is sort of big stuff. Fleetwood Mac alternate version of Rumors. These are pretty cool. I mean, I guess that if you're a Fleetwood Mac fan and you're a Rumors fan, that's something. I mean, I guess there's a ton of people who probably are, but those are going to be kind of hard to come by, I think, because they don't really make enough of them, in my opinion. Allman Brothers, live at Fillmore West. So if you're a big fan of Fillmore East, you might be wanting this. It's also glow in the dark, and there's a poster included. So that's kind of cool. Again, something that they always seem to short when they deliver it is Bill Evans. This is Some Other Time, A Lost Session. It was an unreleased album that he made in 1968 that, hey, I'm all about discovering unreleased albums, right? Paul McCartney's debut. This is a half-speed mastered edition. It's really nice with this kind of little OB strip type thing down the side. At least what America or Europe would consider an OB strip, I guess. Not too much left here. We got The Replacements Incarcerated. This looks amazing. A 3-record set. Full live show from the Don't Tell a Soul tour. So that looks awesome. Roger Waters doing The Wall. This was really successful when it came out on CD, and it had a bunch of interesting people, members of the band, Cyndi Lauper, the Hooters, Van Morrison, Sinead O'Connor, Joni Mitchell, Bryan Adams, for some reason Jerry Hall. I'm sure she's not singing. Well, maybe, I don't know. Paul Carrack, Thomas Dolby, Scorpions. So an odd ragtag band of people doing Roger's live version of The Wall, but still very cool. That's the one that happened in Berlin. I think that was actually around the time that The Wall came down. Then Nativity in Black, the Black Sabbath tribute. This, I think, is highly sought after, and it was extremely allocated, so I hope people aren't upset if there aren't too many to go around. But, if you keep looking, you'll find it out there, I suppose. But Megadeth, White Zombie, Ozzy with Therapy, Faith No More, Ugly Kid Joe, Rob Halford, Typo Negative, Al Jorgensen of Ministry. Interesting. Ramones, It's Alive, another Great Ramones live reissue. Very Best of Jerry Garcia. I have a feeling that this is going to also be extremely tough to find and stuff that people want. There's 5 records in here. If you've got Jerry albums, you have a fair amount of this stuff, but a lot of people don't have Jerry albums because they haven't made them that easy to find since records have resurged. Last thing I'm going to show right now is the new Notorious B.I.G. box set. Again, greatly allocated. Limited edition of 2000 on 180 gram clear vinyl. So that's kind of the scoop. I don't really have anything else to add. I hope that this was mildly entertaining. I was trying to keep it not from being a 40-minute to an hour venture. Anyway, I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible en masse on Saturday. And just be safe. And, again, we could have changed the process this time. I think it would have been okay because it would have been probably a little more laid back. But I didn't want to confuse people by changing the process in the middle and then having us to revert to the process that we started last time, next time. So I think that as long as people knew what they were doing last time, they'll know what to expect again. Again, if you don't know what you're doing, go check out the Facebook page, look under events. It'll explain all of that. I think we'll just kind of try and stay as healthy as we can. I've had some days where there've been quite a few people walking into the store, and that does concern me a little bit. I think that mainly it seems like the county's done a good job and people here are pretty mindful. I've only had one person in the last 3 weeks try to come in without a mask, and it was really just because they forgot it in their car. They turned right around and went and got it. So we're fortunate in that respect. I don't know. There are times that I just get a little bit overwhelmed by the number of people that are out, though, and I do not want to discourage people from coming out because it's very important for our survival. But I do want everyone to be as healthy as possible, and there's too much that's just overwhelming in the news. So I'm not even going to talk about it, but thank you all for your patience and your time. Have a great week. And get those emailing fingers going for Friday, okay? See you later. Be careful. Be safe.